Everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is so wonderful to have you here on this evening, our Pride Shabbat. We're celebrating inclusivity. We're celebrating a welcoming environment. We're celebrating love. I'm Rabbi Calvin. This is Rabbi Michelle. This is Miss Lavinia Carr, who's going to be joining us all evening long. We've got Michael on the piano. Would love for you to turn to a neighbor, perhaps someone you didn't come here with, introduce yourself. Get to know the people we're going to be singing and praying and loving with this evening. And we'll turn to page 11 as we welcome in the Shabbat angels into this space. Shalom Aleichem.
Share Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Boachem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Baruchuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei amlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Seichem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei amlachim, hakadosh baruch hu.
Let us light these lights for the world tonight. Let our hearts unite in the light, in the light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat le'adlik ner shel Shabbat
God, help us now to make this new Shabbat. After noise, we seek quiet. After crowds of indifferent strangers, we seek to touch those we love. After work and responsibility, we seek freedom to meditate, to listen to our inward selves. We open our eyes to the hidden beauties and infinite possibilities in the works you are creating. We break open the gates of the reservoirs of goodness and kindness in ourselves and in others. We reach toward one holy moment of Shabbat. Join us, page 8. Page 21.
Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato Sapru v'goyim kevodo Bechol ha'amim niflekotav Ki gadol Adonai U'mehumal me'od Norahu al kol Elohim Ki kol Elohim Adonai Shamayim Asa, Oz behadar lefanav, Oz betiferet b'mikdasho. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim. All right, there's 2 claps. I want to hear you. Ready? Yiram bayam, yiram bayam, yiram bayam, melo. Yiram bayam, yiram bayam, yiram bayam, melo. Ve'lo sarai bechol asher bo, az yirranenu kol atzei ya'ar, lifnei Adonai kiva kiva. לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט אבל בצדק, ועמים באמונתו.
On page 29, we join together welcoming the Sabbath bride, Lecha Dodi.
I love this because we welcome the Sabbath bride because the Shabbat queen is already here, right?
You're it, honey.
Lecha Dodi Likerat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Ishmiyanu Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemo tiferet v'litila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelecha Ki mekor habracha סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Top of page 30.
התעוררי בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך
דודי נקרא קלה הנה שבת נקבלה
We turn to page 36 and remain standing as we offer Baruch Hu together.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. And before we offer Shema and Ve'ahavta, two central prayers of our love and devotion to God, two central prayers of God's love and devotion to us, I want to invite you to find the sheet of paper that was on your seats. And there are two sides. There are a few different readings. And we're just going to take a moment, each of us finding the reading that speaks to us in this moment, as we sit here in this space, as we gather in this time. Read silently. And may this be your blessing this evening.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Please join with me. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. Oh, sorry.
תזכרו עשיתם
את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
I did grow up in New York City in the 70s and 80s when Keith Haring was doing his art all over, but I didn't have someone like Miss Livonia leading services at my synagogue. And
I'm just your
wondering,
average chazan.
I'm wondering if in Huntington Beach, where you grew up, did you have a Miss Livonia
I
who
wish.
led? Right.
Oh, do I wish?
Right. So
We had robes and an
Yeah.
organ.
Oh, yeah, we
and-
got-
which was great. I love Mason Janowski, but Janowski didn't have rhinestones.
Yeah, I know. I know. So this moment is a miracle. It really is. Mi Chamocha, page 39.
מי כמוך בעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, מהלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי, אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם. Let me hear you. כי פטרנה את יעקב ומגדלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. Page 40. Let there be love and understanding. Hashkivenu.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, leshalom. Vehamidenu, shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, leshalom. Hashkivenu,
There be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
I was teaching our conversion group this week, and they asked, what are we supposed to do during the Amidah, our next prayer? It's so long, it has so many parts to it. Look at the very first line on 44. Adonai tzifatai titahu fi yagid tehilatecha. God, help me expand my sfatai, my lips, my boundaries, what boxes me in. Open me up. If that's all we can do in this next few minutes of the Amidah, just expand our heart, our lips, our soul. We rise, 44. May the words of our heart and the meditations of our mind and heart be acceptable to you. And may we take that energy and bring it to those who are in need of healing, those who are struggling with addiction, physical illness, mental illness, those who are lonely, those who need healing due to sadness or isolation or loss. Misha Berach, page 239.
Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, veLea, hu yevarech, veYirapeh et hacholim. Misheberach, Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, veLea, hu yevarech, veYirapeh et hacholim. Elna refan Allah, Elna refan Allah, Yitzchak, veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, veLea, hu yevarech, veYirapeh et hacholim. hu yevarech, veYirapeh et hacholim.
You are good, Miss Lavinia.
This is why I can't share the bima with rabbis. Look at this.
You are good. Thank you. So you know how some languages have this intimate you, right? Spanish has an intimate you and then a more formal you. English doesn't have that. Of course, Hebrew doesn't have that, right? Too crass for that. You can be very intimate, like, I love you. You are important to me. My me is fuller when you are around. And this week's Torah portion, Moses actually uses the word you 3 times in one verse. And it's very relevant to Pride Shabbat, and it's very relevant to us. The context of why Moses uses you is that Moses sends out the scouts to figure out how the land of Israel looks and to report back. And these scouts are one leader from each tribe. 10 of them come back with pretty lousy news, and two of them, Caleb and Joshua, they're more positive. Moses says to God, who's very angry with the Israelites, God wants to just destroy all the Israelites right then and there. And Moses talks God down off of a ledge. And Moses says to God, listen, what are other people going to say about you, God? That you let us out of Egypt only for you to kill us? Don't do that. It'll ruin your reputation. Moses convinces God to change God's mind because Moses gets God intimately. He connects to the ultimate you, perhaps within himself and perhaps outside himself. And that's what we're actually all asked to do on Pride Shabbat. To reacquaint ourselves with the ultimate you, within ourselves and within another person. You see, the reason why the Israelites frustrated God is not because they didn't have faith in God. Okay, so we all mess up sometimes. We are Yisrael, ones who struggle with God. It's okay. But the reason why God was so pissed off was because the majority of the people who were negative were our leaders. They were the ones who lacked self-knowing of the you of themselves. These people weren't just spies. They were the leaders. They set the example. And think about how many years of Jewish tradition and leaders didn't understand, accept, or welcome, or celebrate the you in each of us, in ourselves, in our community, in our LGBTQ parts of ourselves and each other. Like the spies, our leaders of the past didn't trust our godly parts. They didn't trust the atah, the you in each of us. But Caleb did. And how did he do that? He didn't come up with some fancy arguments to say how politically and militarily they were going to be able to go into the land of Israel and conquer it. He just said two words. He said, Alo na'aleh. We definitely need to go up. Alo na'aleh. We have to go up. That's what I did when I wrote my first paper in college over 40 years ago, arguing for the acceptance of LGBTQ people in our Jewish community. And that's what I did when I conducted my first gay marriage for two men who I'm still friends with who are here tonight. And I didn't know you'd be here. And that's what I did when I named my middle child after my close friend who died of AIDS because he had to hide his sexuality when we were kids in the 80s in New York. And I didn't want my middle child to hide hers. And you may be thinking, so how do we decide to act from the Jewish perspective when it comes to LGBTQ issues? When do we follow Torah law? How about the rabbis and what they had to say? And how about our own conscience? Rabbi Simcha Bunim, he was a guy who looked nothing like me from the 1700s in Poland, a Hasidic master. But he had something beautiful to teach us. He said, the litmus test of how we decide how to act, whether to go with Torah or to go with our own conscience. The way we decide whether our choices are appropriate and not filled with self-delusion or egocentric, the way we decide that is to ask ourselves one question. When I act, do I see more of God? Do I see more of the divine in myself and in others, or not? That was his litmus test. And then he said to pause and notice this moment of friction when you're fighting with tradition, when you're fighting with the rabbis, when you're fighting with your own conscience. Notice that moment of friction and take that as a teaching opportunity for yourself. Caleb, the one who saw the atah in himself and in our community, his name, Caleb, is Ke-lev, which means like a heart. He led a life that was heart-driven, not mind-driven. He led a life where he saw the atah in everyone. Now it's our turn on this Pride Shabbat to see the atah in each and every one of us, including ourselves. Happy Pride Shabbat to all of us. I have two people I'd like to invite up now. Jay Nemanpour from JQ International, as well as Lola Stanton from New Roots, the young adult wing of Greater LA Federation. And they have some words to share with us.
Thank you so much. It's really hard to follow something, a speech like that with such beautiful words and sentiments. It's been so long since I myself have been in a synagogue that I feel like actually affirms and really uplifts the queer community. My name is Jay. I use he and they pronouns. I am the director of community programs at JQ International. We do three things, much more than three things, but a part of that is to give queer Jews, like the ones in this room and across LA and across the world, the opportunity to connect with each other, to learn with each other, and thrive together as a community. This is our second year here at Temple Israel of Hollywood. Last year, this was our pilot program here, the first time we did it, and so much has changed since then, and so much has stayed the same. Currently, right now, the Human Rights Campaign has called a state of emergency for the LGBTQ+ community here in the United States. And that's why it's one of the reasons it's so important to have these programs here together. I'm so grateful, truly grateful to be in this space with Miss Lavinia Carr, with Rabbi Michelle, sharing such important, empowering words in support of the LGBT community and our allies. The other thing that I want to mention is so many people, myself included, have fractured experiences with religion, and I'm so grateful to be in this space that feels to me very restorative and powerful and embracing of the LGBT community. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to New Roots of the Jewish Federation of Greater Los Angeles, and I'll pass it along to Lola to share some words as well. Thank you.
Well, now I've got two hard things to follow. That was wonderful. Thank you, Jay. And truly, this service has been, well, I like to bend and I get to pretend I'm tall. Yes, I was ready. Hold on, sorry. Let me pull up my little script. So I'm Lola, for those of you who do not know me, and I am the Assistant Director of Partnership Strategy for New Roots, which is the young adult initiative of the Jewish Federation of Greater Los Angeles. New Roots has been a long-standing and proud partner of JQ to ensure LGBTQ+ individuals feel cared for, supported, and seen. As a queer person myself, I know how it feels to not feel welcome in these spaces, in these Jewish spaces, as Jay also mentioned. And I'm just really proud to work for an organization that partners with JQ so we can help make more spaces like this. So thank you all for being here tonight. Really, it's wonderful to see you all. And I'm so excited to be here for a second year in a row with TIOH. Beautiful, beautiful space, celebrating our queer Jewish joy together. At dinner, if anyone would like to come and chat with myself, or Chelsea, do you mind standing or raising your hand? Chelsea or Ariella, my other colleague here, we'd love to chat. So please come find us and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Aleinu, it is upon us. It is upon us to create the world that we want to create. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol. How do we create that world? Let me hear it. How do we create that world? By doing? By doing? Mitzvot. By doing?
By doing you.
By doing you. By doing Shabbat. By being welcoming. by being loving, by being accepting. Aleinu l'shabeach, page 282. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You can be seated. This week we remember the yahrzeits of Frank Baker, David Fox, Dorothy Friedman, Evelyn Gallant, Julia Gallant Gutierrez, Teddy Goldberg, Miriam Grover, Claire Gormick, Yoram Kahana, Ricky Kasut, Hal Kasut, Anne Lombard, Aaron Nitkin, Stephen Nitskin, Bernard Pick, Stuart Priest, Louise Rains, Powers Rain, Kate Rosenblum, Jacob Rotman, Eddie Schmidt, Elaine Sherman Glazer, Moshe Shubo, Gilbert Siegel, and Arthur Sloan. These past 30 days of Shloshim, we've laid to rest James Bernard J.B. Goldman, Daniel Engel, Michael Grinbaum, Dean Rosovsky, and Matthew Siegel. Also this week, our community has suffered many deaths. It's been a very difficult week. So I'd like to invite up Michael to talk about his father for one moment, Mark Rosenbaum.
Hi everybody, my name is Michael. I am Mark and Ronnie's youngest son. My dad is my hero and my best friend. I miss him very much. There are so many things we did together that I will miss when we go on vacation. We are airplane buddies. He always sits with me. My dad always came to visit me at my job at the grocery store Gilson's, and we would go shopping together. He would always come to shop with me when I had a bad day or just say hi. Me and my dad would be chefs together and make dinners. I was his sous chef. I like making tacos with him. My dad always helped me with planning parties, like my birthday party last year in my parents' backyard. He rewrote 2 songs with me, Come Sail Away on the by Styx, our favorite band, and the Beach Boys song Kokomo. I really liked it when we went to the Styx concert together and sang their songs. I miss singing Styx music with him in his fun car. One time, we all went to the Museum of Ice Cream with Daddy, me, and Mommy. In New York, we ate a lot of ice cream and had a lot of fun. I miss that. I will keep these memories of you, Daddy, and so many more in my heart. I will be here for you, and I will miss you always from the bottom of my heart. I love you, Daddy.
Thank you, Michael Love. Thank you, Michael Love. So we remember Michael's daddy, Mark Rosenbaum, who was on our board. Gita Moskowitz, who is a past sisterhood president and a fabulous woman. Barbara Gilbert. And also we're announcing the death of Howard Skloff, who is our cantorial soloist's father, Shelley Fox's father, and Michael Skloff's father. He will be buried next week, so we're just announcing his death today, and Kaddish will start for him next Friday. If I mentioned a name of someone who you are remembering at this time, please rise. And if I didn't mention a name and you would like to add their name, please rise as well and let us know who they are. Zichronam Livracha, may all of their names be for a blessing. If it's your custom to rise next to the mourners, please do so. If not, you're welcome to sit. Page 292, Mourners Kaddish. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach chirutei v'al michma chutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei tekol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kari v'yimru, Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Al Mei Al Maya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Dekudasha Barechu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tishbechata V'nechemata Da'amiran B'yalma V'yimru Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'yimru. Amen.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, oh, say shalom.
Roma, oh, say shalom.
Oh, say shalom. peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
Amen. We are on page 294 for Kiddush and Motzi. I'd like to thank Miss Lavinia Carr, because she lives in her car.
Yeah, it's Lavinia
Carr.
I slept in my car one night. I've been labeled for life.
For leading us this morning, inspiring us, setting a beautiful, wonderful example of what it means to be a Jew in the world today. So thank you. And also, if we don't know you, we invite you to please come up and introduce yourself. Again, I'm Rabbi Michelle Masagia. This is Rabbi Calvin Dox DaCosta. Michael Alfera is on piano. We have our program director in the back. Raise your hand. There she is. Membership engagement director. Please just come up and introduce yourself. Afterwards, JQ and New Roots are sponsoring a dinner, and we would love to meet you and have you stay and join us. 294.
ויהי ערב ויבוקר יום השישי ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי וקדש אותו כי הוא שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Oh God. Oh, that's June. It's Vintage Wednesday. Yeah. What, you couldn't spring for the Chardonnay? Yes. If you'll all join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. again. Happy Pride. Hi, Mom. I know you're on the Zoom. Hi, Mom.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
But you can keep playing. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining. For those of you who have pre-purchased tickets for JQ's Pride Shabbat, we'll be starting across on the other side of this door in just a few minutes. Meet, mingle, chat, enjoy. If you are so inspired and want to join JQ's Pride Shabbat dinner with New Roots and Temple Israel of Hollywood, there's an opportunity to purchase tickets in front of the door. If you have not purchased tickets, unfortunately, you will not be able to join. Thank you.